seems like we're hearing about hacks on a daily, sometimes hourly basis. Secure provides secure email messaging. They're going to be unveiling some new features as well for communication tools later this year. And with me is the CEO, Alain Ghiai of Secure, to talk about the company. And then also I wanted to ask you about this Microsoft Teams being targeted. And it looks like these hackers were putting in malicious links in the chat room. These guys never stop coming up with ways to infiltrate our devices. It's unbelievable. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hi, Jen. Hi, everyone who's watching us. The problem is that, again, the Microsoft ecosystem has been hacked several times, and now the source code is stolen, but anybody can get into Team. As a matter of fact, half the time when somebody sends me a Team link, it really doesn't work. I hate to say Google works better, even though I'm not a mega fan of Google, and Zoom works great, even though I know that they're sending all the data to Facebook in China. So basically, it's kind of, you have to choose the less of all evil. The problem with those chat and those links being embedded, basically they're Trojans, as they call, like the Trojan horse of Troy, where it comes in as a friendly thing, and then you click on it, and it becomes a malicious thing. You have to really be wary of who you communicate with, and then also if there's a link, you want to double check with the person, hey, did you just send me that link, right? And sometimes that person may have sent you a link in the case of these big tech open source system, and the link has been changed without anybody's knowledge. At Secure Messenger, for example, we have a way to counter that. First of all, nobody can just get in. You can't just type somebody's phone number and get in. So there's a lot of safety barriers there. But let's say if you're chatting with someone on Secure Messenger and you post a link, it does warn you first, hey, you're getting into an outside environment, because we don't let these links in our system. It's literally opening a whole different parallel system that doesn't infect the chat itself. And typically, if you have a closed loop, like, people that they had to be vetted. I think there's a vetting process. I think that's a good way to look at it, like KYC in the financial industry, which is know your customer. That's for anti-money laundering, etc. We do the same KYC process in a way with our technology. You need to be vetted. You need to have my secure number. I need to accept you even when you have my secure number. So, that's a lot of vetting before you can even get in to be my contact. Right. And at that point, Jane, I know who you are. And because our system doesn't send anything outside of the internet, and all of the communication happens within our secure Swiss infrastructure, nobody can come in and put some kind of Trojan link. So that's what's really cool about Secure Messenger. Yeah, so it's unfortunate. Microsoft is the most ubiquitous company when it comes to technology, and we hear that every day there's something, whether it's Team, Office 365, Exchange email, you name it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of incredible that these guys, they'd only apply their ingenuity to creating something that would be productive for the workforce. That would be, they'd probably be billionaires.
Because they data mine you, essentially the hackers can come and get your data mining data, and they know who's communicating. So if you're the CEO of a big company and you have some big news release, for example, that's coming up, they already know you're using Team. They're going to hack you, and they're going to manipulate the stock price maybe of that company. The sky's the limit when you want to do bad things, right? And manipulating people's data.
I think of some of these meetings I've been on, most of them are small, but there have been some I've been on that have been hundreds of people. There was one I was on with the New York City school system during COVID, 20,000 people on his.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Those are the ones that seem vulnerable. Like somebody could just get in there and plus you've got a bigger audience of potential people that click on the malicious.
That's true.
Yeah.
And just to wrap that subject, as a matter of fact, when we're going to launch Secure Pro this summer, which is our answer to Zoom, let's say, alternative, we will limit to 10 to 20 people. That'll be the limit. So if you want to have 5,000 people in a system of you don't even know who's joining, go get Zoom and Teams. If you're doing a serious meeting with people you really know and can vet, 20 people should be enough.
Yeah, yeah, especially if you're talking about a kind of a big business deal or something, you're not going to be
Of course,
discussing it with.
yeah. And that's our target to our C-level executives and all that.
Makes sense. Now, I understand you're launching another big advertising in New York. So I'm always happy to see your ads in Times Square since I know you, and you're doing another round. So tell me about that.
Anyway, Times Square, I have another computer. Literally, our ad went through. I have a live cam because I'm monitoring to make sure it goes on every 3 minutes as advertised.
I have seen it, yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited to go to see it in person. So this new campaign, so every advertising that we've done has helped, whether it's advertising on TV, the NASDAQ board, which is permanent now for the next 4 years, I believe. We extended another line. So, and then we have our subway ads. So this is, or they call them links. So they're outside of the subway stops in New York. I think you have them at from Wall Street, Water Street, Chambers Street. So that's for people who don't know New York. It's downtown, aka the financial district. And then it goes all the way up on 6th, 7th, 8th Avenues, all the way up to West 42nd, 48th, etc. So what we call Midtown in New York. So from downtown to Midtown, 50 individual panels. They look really very elegant, actually. And they're just like a bus stop type panel, and they're electronic. So we have our ad, a 15-second ad, which shows briefly, you know, boom, you get the signal, you get the logo, you have the planet Earth behind, you know, if anybody has seen our commercial, which will go, I'm sure, on NTTS. And then we have our URL, and I believe our ticker symbol is there too. And it passes about 50 times per hour. So every hour we have about 40 to 50 times a 15-second ad. And that's in 50 locations, which is quite a lot. I was checking actually with you the locations, and I think we discussed it. They're all over. And one of them is not far from where, obviously, you know, NASDAQ is. A lot of financial people work in that Water Street, Wall Street, Chambers Street.
Right.
So that's going to be great exposure to the financial industry.
Yeah. Well, and it's really important that, you know, you get your name out there too, because I feel like, you know, Google and Microsoft, those guys have such big names that it really does take, you know, a lot of effort to break through that. But I think once people, you know, once people hear about what you're doing, especially with all these hacks, I think that, you know, they're going to give it a try because it's just such crucial information now.
It's funny you mentioned today, I got an email from somebody, a power broker in the States that is trying to help us with some things. And he actually told some of his contacts about Secure, and they said, oh, we've used it, we love it. You know, we know about Secure, et cetera, because we have an ad with Buck Sexton, who's a commentator, conservative commentator, and we sponsor one of his show on the First TV. And basically, this gentleman knows the father of Buck Sexton. So he was saying, hey, this company is sponsoring the son of my friend. And they already knew about Secure. So slowly, people are getting to know all about Secure. They use it. They love it. So yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, so let's talk about how somebody can use it. They download it. Where do they go? Website, mobile? How does all that work?
Sure. So you go to secure.com, spelled SEKUR.com. You go to, I think, prices, or you'll get started. You'll have, you know, the messenger or the full secure option. Soon enough, you'll be able to buy just an email. You click, you basically set up your account. You have to have a username and a password. Make sure you read carefully the instructions. And then you have to activate your account. It sends you an email to verify your identity, and then you're all set. And you get 7-day free trial. And after that, it just charges you monthly or yearly, depending on the plan that you selected. Now, in the next week or two, we're going to have business plans launched as well. And also, you'll be able to buy multiple licenses, because today you have to buy one license at a time. But if you're a family and you want to buy 3 users, you'll be able to buy 3 users at once. And also, in a couple of weeks, you'll be able to do the email only. I recommend the package because you have the messenger. You'll be able, in a couple of weeks, to text someone that's not part of your contact and chat with them. So it's pretty cool. Go to secure.com, buy, you get 7-day free trial. We have a support as well there. And the website is well done. We have video tutorial on the support section as well.
That's what I was going to say. I know you have some videos on there. And I think a question that a lot of people have is if a lot of their contacts say use Gmail or whatever, they can still communicate with the secure address.
Yes. So if you have Gmail and I want to communicate with you and I want to have a fully private communication, I can send using Secure Send, which is our webmail system.
Okay.
And in March, we'll be able to launch the email application so you can do it from the app directly. And then you who has Gmail, you can use Secure Reply. And during that whole process, Google has never seen the content. The email has never left our Swiss server. So that's for email. For messengers, you can email someone and they receive an email with a link to click and they can chat with you. On the website means if you go to the website, you can basically text someone, and on the app itself, I believe in a couple of weeks we'll have it. They can just text your friend, SMS them, and say, hey, this is Jane wants to chat with you. Your friend clicks on the link, and then you're chatting on the phone, just like an instant messenger, even if your friend doesn't have Secure, which is amazing because there's no system in the world that has that with that kind of high security and privacy. I mean, if you have WhatsApp or Telegram or Signal and you want to chat with someone, they need to download that app as well.
Right, that's right. Yeah, that's what's unique, I think, about your product is that you can do that. Well, thank you so much, Alain. Look forward to our next conversation.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.